Hello, my wonderful Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, so we have the Lovers card. And bottom of the deck, we have Message of Concern. Okay. What I see is someone who feels very intensely towards you, but intuitively, guys, I'm picking up on some sort of a barrier, okay? Or there's an energy of like wanting something more. It's, yes, they feel very intensely towards you, but they want to feel closer to you. And with, message of concern, it could even be someone that, is reaching out to you. Maybe they're curious about what you're up to. And it could even be someone that you haven't heard from in some time because it says message of concern, right? So there's curiosity, but there's also a level of concern here. But I'm intuitively picking up on someone who wants to feel closer to you. So as of currently, they could feel like an outsider in your life. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Star cards. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Yeah. It seems to me that this is someone that you're currently not speaking to, or if you are conversing with them, it's not consistent, and it could even be surface level conversations. This person is trying to heal from a separation. So whether it's, them making the choice to walk away or it was a mutual decision between the both of you, what I see is someone who's really trying to heal, from a separation, and they definitely feel a void because of the lack of communication between the both of you. Okay. Now, the Star card does touch on healing, but it's also a card of, hope and faith. So there could be an energy of this person wanting to return or wanting to reconcile and still holding on to some level of hope that that is something that is possible. Okay, so I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed. The Lovers, wow. Okay, so needless to say, I mean, this is someone who is in love with you. This is definitely someone who feels like they met you for a reason. And as much as this card does speak about someone viewing you as a soulmate or a viewing, the connection as something that feels like it's destined to be, it boils down to needing to make a very important decision. It boils down to some form of emotional confusion. So this is someone who's viewing you as, yes, I'm connecting with Scorpio, but something doesn't feel stable as it could be, or a decision is not being made. They're acknowledging how they feel towards you. They may even be aware of how you are feeling towards them, but there's a very strong energy of wanting something to feel more stable or wanting to feel closer to you. That's a persistent message that I'm getting here. Okay. There could also be some sort of major differences between the both of you. The Lovers could touch on two very different energies, coming together. But it is a card of, decision. And so it could be that they're viewing you as, the ball is in your court. And it's usually a decision where it impacts other areas of your life. So it's very important. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles followed by the Five of Swords in the challenge position. There could have been a disagreement or a conflict pertaining to, or, specifically when it comes to a lack of equal give and take. Because with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, this is someone who's in a very generous energy. This is someone who wants to invest in this connection with you, but there's a lot of mental conflict or something that they feel very restricted by. Whether it's they feel like they have a lot on their plate, whether it's they're giving to more than one situation, or that was an issue that the both of you faced in the past. But I'm strongly getting like wanting to invest in a connection with you, but feeling very conflicted and having a lot of questions. And I'm strongly getting, because those two cards are coming up in the challenge position, it could even be that, you and this person did have some sort of a disagreement because of, the lack of reciprocity. And so what they're focused on is equal give and take, but they may feel like their energy is being pulled in different directions in the current moment. And that is what they're feeling challenged by. I'm also strongly getting here, Scorpio, that someone's career or work could have created a block in this connection. Okay, that's for some of you. Okay, how are you viewing this person? The Ten of Swords. Yeah, seems to me that you feel like it seems to me that you anticipated an ending or the end of a cycle before it actually happened. And with the Ten of Swords, that could be letting me know that you feel betrayed by this person, or it could also be read as like a form of like disrespect, just a very painful ending here. A part of you may feel like you need to let things go, even if it's for the time being. But I do see that you are hurt by this, but it's also an energy of acceptance. Okay, what is over is over. I'm not going to continue focusing on the past, or I'm not going to continue planting false hope in my mind. But I do see that it's still impacting you on a mental and emotional level. You may find that you're specifically thinking about a betrayal or an ending more frequently this week than you usually do, or it's crossing your mind, quite a bit this week. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles in your feelings and the Ten of Pentacles. So you're really just asking yourself if this is a connection that is worth your investment. Because with the Ten of Pentacles, I do see that you are working towards stability, or you want to be in a connection where you're not left to wonder or question things. But the Seven of Pentacles is looking at a situation and, just asking yourself, is it worth the investment? If I, alter this, or if I do things differently, is it going to result in my desired outcome, or are we going to end up at square one? I'm also strongly getting, guys, that this could be someone that you were in a higher level of commitment with in the past, but you're starting to see where there was room for improvement. There could be certain things that you and this person discussed, but you didn't necessarily see the changes in the 3D. So it's not about not acknowledging what needs to change, but it's more so about, I'm not seeing the changes occur, though. And I feel like this is something that you communicated with this person, or you guys did have a discussion about it. We also have the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands in your feelings. I feel like you are, wanting to communicate with this person. Some of you could be conversing with this person as you're watching my read, but again, it seems to me that it's very surface level, or there's something that the both of you are thinking about, but no one is bringing it up. And Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands could kind of be you going back and forth this week in terms of what you want to share with this person and what you want to keep to yourself. Two of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is a card of communication, but it is also a card of manifestation. So with the Two of Pentacles, you could really be just trying to figure out, what do I want for myself? What do I want from this connection, right? What do I want this to result in? And so you're becoming very clear on some sort of an outcome that you're trying to manifest. But the Two of Pentacles could be a bit of an indecisive energy, or there's two different things that you're going back and forth between. For some of you, it could be that you're weighing your options. For others of you, it's just weighing the pros and cons of a situation, because Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles is more of a realistic energy. Right? It's when you're being very honest with yourself and saying, okay, well, this is what's working, this is what's not. Is this truly making me happy, or is it not? Right? And so I do see that you could be weighing the pros and cons of the situation here this week. Okay. The Fool card clarifying the Six of Pentacles, and the Death card clarifying the Five of Swords. Definitely impacted by, the separation here is what I'm strongly getting. And what's interesting is with the Fool card and the Death card, this person is, wanting a new beginning, or wanting to turn over a new leaf after, the end of a cycle here. The Death card could also be some sort of internal transformation. So this person could be understanding you, or better understanding you, in comparison to the past here. Whether it's they feel like they misunderstood something that you communicated, or they thought something about you and they thought it was true and they feel like they're being proven wrong. It's something is changing within them, and also a change in perspective is something that I'm sensing. Okay? But the Death card clarifying the Five of Swords lets me know that there's definitely a disagreement or a harsh exchange of words that this person is reminded of this week. Okay. And they're definitely feeling challenged by it. So whether it's, something you said, something they said, maybe something that both of you said, right? But they are reminded of a conflict, and more specifically, like a harsh exchange of words. So they're revisiting that, conversation, and it could be causing them to feel very, very conflicted mentally. Now, I'm also getting here, Scorpio, that you could have been very truthful with this person or upfront about how you feel or how something that they've done, made you feel. But this is very specific. I'm getting someone questioning whether or not you meant something you said. So, for example, if you guys were in a disagreement and maybe you were very upfront or honest about something and they feel hurt by it, they're wondering if it's something that you meant, or was it just something that you said in the spur of the moment. That's very specific, but I am getting someone questioning that. Okay. So we have the Six of Wands in their feelings and the Magician, trying to manifest a successful outcome between the both of you. This is someone who's really wanting you to pay attention to them. They're wanting more communication, they're wanting more affection, and I think they could even be specifically doing something to grab your attention this week. Okay. They're feeling very confident or courageous, because the Magician is usually when you feel like you have what it takes to create a shift, or you have what it takes to attain something that you deeply desire. So even if they feel like the decision is yours, they may feel like if the fact that you guys are not communicating is really impacting them, it could be someone who's like, you know what, I have what it takes to reach out or initiate a conversation here. But I will say they have a lot of questions, or they really are wondering if you guys are on the same page. Two of Swords in their feelings, okay, and the Six of Swords, wanting to move away from confusion or lack of clarity. Six of Swords is wanting to, move to calmer waters or make peace with the situation. But with the Two of Swords, that could be read as like being in a state of denial, or it's usually when someone's having a hard time seeing the bigger picture because there is something in front of them that they're not fully accepting. So there could be, suppressed emotions here, right? Something that they don't want to, some sort of emotions that they don't want to feel because it doesn't feel good, right? Or so they could be numbing themselves, or it's certain thoughts or, a situation that occurred between the both of you that they're avoiding thinking about. But I do see that they want to feel more at peace when they think of you, when they think of this situation, because this week they're feeling very uneasy mentally and emotionally. I'm also getting, for some of you, like this could be someone who's at a physical distance from you also. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords followed by the Six of Cups in the potential outcome. So this person is coming back around. Six of Cups is usually a past lover returning, but the Ace of Swords speaks of, clarity or some form of a breakthrough here. The other definition of the Ace of Swords is needing to sacrifice or let something go in order to attain something else that you desire. So there could be something that they're letting go of or changing internally, or it could quite literally be in their environment here. The Ace of Swords is being clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords. I do feel like this person wants to come back around, but there is something that they feel like they need to heal from, or they need to heal within themselves. And the Four of Swords could be, especially with the Six of Cups, someone who feels very restless because they feel like they're constantly thinking about you. But I think that they're also viewing this separation as much needed. I want to feel closer to Scorpio, but this separation is allowing me to see things from a different perspective, or it's allowing me to see what can be done differently. But I do feel they want a new beginning here. But the Four of Swords and the Six of Cups could be some sort of a continued waiting game or a stagnant period before communication. Okay, so let's see if there's anything that they want to communicate. I don't know how to feel. So there could be a lot of mixed emotions or a lot of emotional confusion. And I did touch on that with the Lovers card in terms of how they're viewing you. They know that they feel very intensely towards you, but they don't know if you guys are on the same page. And I was specifically getting, and I'll say it again, that they're questioning something that you communicated. Like, did Scorpio really mean that? Or is that something that they said in the spur of the moment? So this could be someone who's wanting some sort of reassurance from you as well. I know you don't feel the same. And it's so interesting because it says, I don't know how to feel, and I know you don't feel the same. And I was just saying that they're, well, first of all, questioning, something that you communicated. But this card is letting me know that they're also questioning your feelings or interest towards them, right? How they're viewing you versus how you're viewing them or the situation. It's two very different energies. So this person could quite literally feel that you're detaching or you're not as invested as you once were. Like, they definitely feel the energetic shift on your end. Okay, and then it reads, I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So they may feel like this connection was a catalyst for their growth. Anything else? I replay our conversations over and over. And I did mention that they're revisiting a conversation here. Okay, and bottom of the deck, it says, I feel you leaving me behind. So this is a week, where this person definitely feels very defeated by this separation. And I also feel like they're definitely questioning your interest and, whether you feel the same or not because of a conflict. Because what I see is a conflict has occurred, but they feel like it's almost like they feel like your emotions have changed because of that conflict or since that conflict. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.